travels fast. You will not be a relic from the past. You see the crowd, you hear the cheers. They're still with you all through these years. This is your chance, this is your town. You don't just break the mold, you beat it down. You got back the touch, you got back the power. You trained so hard, this is your finest hour. Still love the champion. Your legend will live on. Our sons will sing your song harder than steel. Harder than steel. Bell rings out. There's no turning back now. We're on your side. Just fight like you know how. He throws a jab. You land a hook. He's on the ropes. That's when you see the look. The tide is turned. You've got nothing left. They say throw in the towel, but that you won't accept. You're going down. It's the final swing. As the lights go out, the crowd begins to sing. Crowd begins to sing. Still love the champion. Your legend will live on. Our sons will sing your song harder than
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect T, with the awesome guest here, Shawnkud. Say what's up.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Well, anyway, we are going to be here. Thank you for sticking with me, Dukect. A special time here at the Dukect Lounge, as we are going to be talking about one of the most interesting, the most engaging shows AEW put on in quite a while. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. We are going to be talking about, let me just put this here. Let's just do this. So we'll move this for a while and put let's see, I know it's right here. This Wrestledream. That's right. We're gonna be talking about Wrestledream. And it is that was one heck of a show. I mean, even though the TV wasn't as wasn't as building up to it. I mean, I thought the shows were fine, but did you watch any of the shows leading up to Wrestledream, or you just like
Yeah, I feel like Darby and Mox was fun. Uh, I
the
forget who
build up?
said it in the Discord, but they also thought that like if Joe was heel in the lead up, that would have been a lot better. But I think when like AEW pay per views come around, like usually I mean, like most fans, you look at the wiki page or whatever, you're looking at the card, and you can kind of like, even without knowing the story, be like, okay, where's the show? What's the context? And there's some matches like Hater and Tekla, which I don't know how much we'll get into or whatever, that you could kind of know ahead of time, like, all right, it feels like filler. But I do
Mhm.
like when AEW starts the show with those matches that are kind of like underwhelming and they kind of have that rise to the end. There was some like the Mina surprise is a little strange, but I don't know. We can get into all of it, but basically, as far as the things that caught me ahead of time, it was really the I Quit, honestly.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I look at the whole thing and seeing the matches and everything else. I never really thought there was not really a bad, horrible match here. I think all of them were decent to really good to great. And when I look into the cards and notice that it's only, funny enough, I think the tag teams matches really were the ones that really
Hell yeah.
brought this was here. And I think this does show that the tag team division is really competitive and back. You could talk about the pre-show stuff if you watch. I watch a little bit of it. I thought, Death Riders, take on the conglomeration with Roderick Strong, was decent. I was like, it's a nice little match here. Um, Kingston and Hook. I thought they looked pretty decent. I think Hook still looks like Hook, so hopefully
Do you
he will
think,
find.
not to go on a crazy detour, just about Kingston, because he came back and it was kind of like understated. It almost felt like
It fits
WWE,
his
where they're just like,
character. I think it
you
fits
think
his
so?
character because what he doesn't feel like he deserves a big type of he needs a 500 thing here. Nah, he's more low key, and I think he knows that he needs to work himself up back. And I think the tag division, him working with Hook, will probably be a good way to get to it because I think he's getting back to that place because that knee injury took
Right.
him
That's
out for
what
a
I
long
was gonna
while.
say. Like, it's
Yeah,
valid if they were thinking, okay, let's ease him back in with, a tag team. I'm
look,
not saying the act won't work or whatever, but
yeah,
it was like I think of Eddie Kingston. I always love he's the best promo. I know some people don't care about promos. I love his promos. They're so entertaining. It's kind of like a big thing I look forward to on Dynamite with him. But he also was in the Continental Classic. Like he's like a mainstay in AEW. I just am curious, where he goes. But like you said, it's probably just easing back in.
yeah. I think that's it as well. Also looking at that, I think Megan Bain and playing for taking on Harley Quinn and Willow Nightingale. I just like the fact that at the time that I saw like not one but two terrible botches of the that gosh, what was it wasn't the
Doomsday device.
yes, not one or two. First was NXT when they went that whole thing in Dark State, which they tried their best, but no. And then I saw the NWA one, which I'm just like, how is that still a thing? And then I saw Megan Bain and Plymouth Ford do it just fine. And I see everyone else do it just fine. So I'm like, no, it's not the move, it's the people using it. But yeah, this was decent. And I hope that I want Megan Bain from the Ford to actually probably wants to have them be in the finals and them actually winning the whole tag belts because I feel like she's just been dragging water ever since losing the to Tony Storm. I don't know what they're doing with Megan Bain because I feel like they had her rise and they're just stagnating there. I don't know what it is, but maybe she's gonna be the one to finally beat Mercedes or something. Maybe that could be it, but who knows at this point? Because I just think Megan Bain should be a bigger deal when she is now. You know?
Yeah, I could see it. Like, I mean, I haven't watched week to week Dynamite. I don't know, like her win loss. If I pulled up Cage Match, I could check or whatever. But I imagine
Yeah.
she's being protected, but not like ready to get pushed to the top.
Yeah, I think she should be. I think she should be she should be better than what she is. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, she's
Um,
legit. She looks like a wrestler. She's awesome.
yeah, yeah, she should. There's a lot stuff they should do and everything else.
And noted because I was there, like everybody loves Willow, and it's like, why wouldn't
Yeah,
you? You know, she's
yeah, she's
awesome.
great. Same as Harley Cameron, and also shout out to Penelope Ford. She was gone for a minute, and then she came back, and she's just like she's fitting in perfectly with this
Day
women's roster.
one, yeah, day one AEW lifer.
Yeah, she's
She
still
stuck it
there, and
through.
she got better, unlike some day one wrestlers. But anyway, um, now we get to the one that basically, a very sneaky way to get an extra match on Wrestledream.
Yeah, no, this
FTR.
this was like too much to explain. Like this was my fiance's first show, like ever wrestling show going to. And to
Oh,
explain how it's cool for a wrestling fan to see what we saw was like too long-winded. Like let's just enjoy the
yeah.
pyro, the mayhem. But it was a
This is
fun,
based.
like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
it
just
was
hyped everyone up, get on your feet,
a
you know?
it was a good tag team match, and it reminded me of the old Nitro when they said, "Oh, we're going to hour two," while the wrestlers still wrestling, and they just went up and like, boom, Paul the Pyro,
The
which
pyro, yeah.
it's just hilarious, and I think the match was good, and FTR win thanks to Stokely, and this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you always need to have a manager, and I think that this will be a continuing feud. I like Jet Speed. I like Kevin Knight. I like Mike
They're
Bailey.
awesome.
FTR. I think they're probably going to win the tag belts around. I think they're going to do it sooner rather than later. I think they will probably win the tag titles probably around Full Gear. If I really
What a
want to
match
be,
that's gonna be too.
oh yes, it's going to be great. Now we get to our card officially with everyone banned from ringside. Jamie Hayter versus Tekla. And I have to say, the interest of Tekla, they have done really good at production for her. She has the promos, the stuff, and her moves. Everything is done well with her, of her. And I think the match was good. It started slow, but I think the match got better as it went on. It was a good back and forth. And I'm surprised that Jamie Hayter won. I thought Tekla was going to win, and they still are not doing.
Yeah.
Oh, the blood and guts thing is still hanging there. I think because of the injuries and everything, so now people are coming back. I think we'll probably get an answer with the Sisters of Sin. I think they're gonna beat spoilers and stuff like that coming next week or something. The tag division. I think they're going to beat Hayter and Amadada and stuff like that, and then say we accept your challenge for blood and guts, and they will have their team, and it will include not just the three of them, but also the Megan Bain and put them before it. And I think the women's team, I think it's going to be Hayter, um, Queen Amanada, and I think Willow and Harley Cameron. And last but not least, I would not be surprised if it's going to be, let's see, who else? Maybe Mina or Tony, because they can fit that. I don't know if they are going to do that, but they're striking for the tag belts. But I think that's going to be the last one. I don't know who's going to be that last person to join that team of baby faces. Maybe a certain doctor might make a house call. If they need to do that, if they want to do that, but I don't think they are. I think they'll probably get someone, somebody in maybe ROH or something, maybe someone who maybe a Red Velvet, maybe someone else there, because there are a lot of um, you know, uh, women there
Yeah,
who,
they'll put something together. I think like you said, they're putting, planting the seeds by the sounds of it, right? So
oh
it,
yes,
it's
and
just a
that's what
matter
it
of
is.
time.
Uh-huh. Yep. And what do you thought about the match, by the way?
I mean, kind of, it was all right. I guess the only thing I would say is a little long. Like when you look, I'm like always the wiki timestamps. Like 15 minutes to me seems like a mid-card title match, which I guess they put a lot of effort into this story. Like they had a video package and all that, which most matches do, but some don't. On long shows. And I don't know. I just thought just being there, I was like ready for it to be over maybe 5 minutes before it was.
Yeah, I think that's a decent thing. But yeah, the match next was Holy crap!
This
Jurassic
is
Express
unbelievable.
versus the Young Bucks, the broke Bucks as they are the insufficient funds as their Titantron has, since they need to make this big money match. And wow, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, man, are great, especially Jack Perry.
Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
surprised. Like I was surprised, not to cut you off. Like how he was like loved. Like because I feel like he was as a heel,
he was
very.
he was
I feel like a
okay-ish.
lot of people were. It was polarizing. Like you either loved him or you didn't. But at the shows, like when he was in the All Out match or was All Out against Danielson in the main event, it felt like, it just.
He
I was
wasn't
glad to
ready.
see him like
I
to
think
root for Jungle Boy. You know what I mean? To happily be into because I love Jungle Express. I mean, they were fun. Jurassic Express, rather. They were
yeah, I
fun to
think
watch
Jack
at the
Perry,
beginning. Great matches.
and now they feel like but now he's Jungle Jack Perry, and I think he's done a really good
Jungle Jack
like
Perry, Mago.
yes, and Luchasaurus, who honestly, it's funny how both of these guys who won tag teams, and yet Luchasaurus has won both won the TNT Championship, by the way, and they're both are very close
Oh yeah,
to being like Grand Slam champions. And if Jack Perry wants to be a babyface and do it, I think he could, as
world
he has
champ.
got
Jury's out for me. I don't know.
Luchasaurus. Though I think I think that's the guy. I think you should
I
do
mean,
it.
he's fun to watch. It's just I can't like I don't know if you remember like the early days AEW, like when they had him talk and stuff. It's just like it feels like stuff. I don't know. Maybe I just kept it in my head. Like I thought the way they presented him was weird back then. But I guess if they
Oh
do it right,
well,
I'm open to
yeah.
it.
If all you need to do is prevent people well, and I think you can do it either or person. But who knows? But the crowd really likes Jack Perry. The especially his reversal from that. He was going to do that power bomb thing. The Young Bucks did. He turned it into a hurricane run. I was like, wow, these guys are going. And it was 21 minutes, and they
Yeah.
used every minute of that. And it was both teams had great chemistry. The action was on point, and I was like, and I was surprised they actually. I thought the Young Bucks were going to win. I thought they were going to win, and maybe have them come back, but no, they lost surprisingly. And
They still got $32. Like
well,
DraftKings
technically,
is
no,
there.
no,
Maybe
no,
they
no, no,
can.
no, no. Someone paid them $20 in the entranceway to get a picture, so they're up to 50.
$50. Okay, so 14
And
parlay this Sunday.
yeah, and then you had the family came out. Don Callis, like many of his cronies came out, beat him up. The Young
Yeah, the
Bucks were
post
looking.
match was interesting.
Yeah, they wanted to shake hands and wanted to hug, and the crowd chanted, "Hug it out," and then boom, nope. They all beat him up, and then Kenny Omega showed up, and he came out, and he's like helped them out, and and they're like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And Young Bucks are leaving. They're looking like they might tease the Elite thing. They might come back, which
Yeah,
will be
like tell
interesting.
me if nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I know that, but when like the Elite or like Omega, the Bucks are in the ring at the same time in AEW, something just feels different and like
Mm,
very AEW. You know what I mean? Like it's
yes.
not something that's like up for interpretation. It's like this is AEW. It's exciting all the time. At least that's how I feel. Even now, like if I don't watch Dynamite every week, I was there. I was pumped. I'm like, let's go. Like I didn't know the whole context even, but I was like happy to see them all in the same ring.
Oh yes. Yeah, yeah. That is true. I think that's one of the things that they have a connection to the people, and I think that's one of the most. And the thing is, you know, that sort of thing is with the Young Bucks and everything else, man. And then we get to the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand. And honestly,
Thoughts on the
this
name The Demand? Not to go on a detour.
I think it's fine. It fits
All
with
right,
Shanky
yeah,
is the
that's how I
man.
feel too. I'm like,
I
at
think
first
it
I was
does.
like, huh? That's
But
like,
it fits them. It fits them. They
yeah,
are
it
in
does.
demand. And honestly, I'm surprised how this feud has actually worked out. I like the fact that they really are going back and forth. The Hurt Syndicate and Demand.
Yeah,
Basically, they never had really bad matches. This match was actually good. I'm surprised that they let MVP actually try to hit the playmaker, the worst finisher of all time. and he never gets to do it. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to hit the playmaker on Ricochet, like in the singles match. He's not going to win, but it's going to be like he's going to injure his knee or something, and then Ricochet's going to counter that and pick up the victory or something. But yeah, this was good. I like the fact that Shelton Benjamin just tossing people around. And I'm like, they WWE wasted him. I know he had Intercontinental Championship runs. I know he had Tag Team Championship runs. I know he had U.S. Championship runs. But Shelton could have been. You see him just tossing people around, doing all this stuff.
You mean like the last 10, 15 years, right? Like, I mean,
I knew.
When did his run end? Like 2008? I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh,
but it was
20.
They missed a lot of time with him as a,
Oh yeah,
he's one of the best athletes they've ever had.
I knew they screwed him up when they broke up the World's Greatest Tag Team after the 6-month run.
Was fun.
I know.
I love them.
I know that the tag team was like, Raw WWE hated tag teams, and they still kind of do. I mean, seriously, they really are.
Not kind of.
They have this love-hate thing because when the Attitude Era and such was big, remember, it was big. What was the big stuff there? It was Edge and Christian, Hardy's, and Dudley's bringing stuff in. That was the huge thing. And now then at the 2000s and 20, they're just like, no, we're just not going to do it. We're just not going to really feature things and such. It was not really a good time. And breaking up tag teams that are, I know he beat Triple H twice and such, and they build up to him. And they didn't do much with him after that, but it frustrates me because Shelton Benjamin could have been at least a 1 or 2-time world champion instead of Jack Swagger. I mean,
maybe if Mama Benjamin wasn't his manager and they kind of put some thought into I knew
that was a comedy. It was a comedy,
like a fun presentation. I mean, it wasn't great,
but it was more of a comedy. It was just the way.
No, that's what I mean. If they put him with someone legit and tried, because he wasn't a talker, still isn't really. Like if they put him with someone that's a talker, who knows?
He's a lot better talker than most people. Hell, I'll say he's better talking than Jeff Hardy. They gave him like multiple world title championships.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's hard. You'd have to have the debate. Like Jeff Hardy, like he was more of an enigma, no pun intended. But
yeah, but yeah, I think. The Hurt Syndicate though winning and then losing the trios match thanks to the man on the next Wednesday Night Dynamite. I don't know where you go with this feud though, because it's been like, okay, they won the first trios match with the man, they won the street fight. The man won. The Hurt Syndicate won the street fight. Then the tag team, their first ones, they beat the Hurt Syndicate, Bishop Khan and Toa, and the man lost his tornado trios. So what do you do this time? What do you do with those with this type of thing? Because I mean, I feel like the trios championship should go off of the ops and I feel like they should be fighting for the titles at this point. They should be fighting for those belts. And I think if they did fight those titles, I think they would actually. I think this feud really needs a championship, and I don't know, maybe have them maybe a trios triple threat ladder match or something with the ops and the demand win them and the Hurt Syndicate has to chase them or something. Maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. That's gonna be the most interesting way to do that.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
And then what do you thought? But the match I thought was decent. I think it was good stuff. But what do you thought of the match?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go too deep in it because you pretty much summed it up. The match, I feel like, let's see how it plays out. Or live event, I feel like the ending sequence is pretty cool, and that was it. I'm more excited about the next match. That was like, I have a lot to say about that match. I loved it.
Oh yeah, this was Fletcher, Briscoe,
and Mark
championship. Yeah, Mark Briscoe.
I thought like Mark Briscoe had the odds so stacked against him when he, was thrust into this singles role. And it's like,
but
look at him now.
Well. Yeah, he's really good.
Everyone loves him, and he's a baby face. And we all are. It's easy to hate Kyle Fletcher. He's wearing the pink trunks. Like, let's just boo this guy. And for 25 minutes, we had a wrestling match, like classic. You're rooting for this guy who everyone loves. And I don't know. And the bigger debate too, the match, so much fun. I was gonna ask your opinion on this. TNT title versus this continental unified situation. What do you think is like? I guess you see the names right in the continental area, but like they got 25 minutes in this match, and I think they think the world of Fletcher. So I'm just curious. I know they don't really internally rank it, but you as a fan, like the
Oh
second
yeah.
title, male title, like what do you think it is?
Well, I think that the TNT Championship has been built up by Kyle Fletcher, by his deeds and such, and this right here, the one thing I think I liked about it, Kyle Fletcher, he has built up that belt, and I honestly thought that Mark Briscoe was going to win because I think it would have been like, okay, he beat MJF, he should be elevated to that next level. I think he should be. We should win that. I thought he would win the TNT Championship. That should have been but yeah, Fletcher winning does put like the stamp of like, okay, let's see. By the way, I need to know how old is Fletcher.
Yeah, I have
I
no
want to say,
idea. He's
let's see, he's 26. This is
someone said it on Blue Moon, and like he slowed it down. It's like 100%. Like
yeah,
he's
and
like
any
maybe the Adam Cole thing. You know,
oh
I feel
yeah,
like he has a conscience, a heart. So
yeah, he
I don't
slowed
know. He
down.
still does wrestling. It's still risky, but he seems
He
to slow
slowed
it
it
down. It
down,
seems like
and
right.
he did the cheap way out, which is I think that's what I think needs to happen. More of characters like Fletcher who can wrestle, but have him cheat and what have you, saying that he's a cheating bastard. That is like it's frustrating that like you can do all by yourself, but with the Callis connection, with the Don Callis thing with him and doing all that stuff, it makes people easily hate him. And again, I think looking back at this match, and then you see what's happening when that TNA X Division champ Leon Slater versus Levon Evans and such. I just thought that like this is what the WWE's lacked and such. Like, okay, here's the future. We're making a statement now. And look at Braun Breaker, for example. He was like holding that title after taking out Steph. And what did he do? He had to hand, and not just handed the championship. He was not in that battle royal. Again, they went with the safe old option with Jey Uso with the bloodline drama and CM Punk. This is a problem. This is again your championships. They have not done anything other than Dominic Mysterio. They have not put the young people and young talent in the men's side, at least the women's side. They felt like I feel like they're doing that. Stephen Valkyrie is like is gone to a higher stratosphere, but yet in the men's division, it's still old people, the old guys running the show. But I do like the fact they have they are putting their flag down. AEW is with the young people, and the young people who should do everything. They should be that way. That's just me. That's just
And the
my
ones
personal.
that deserve it, like no disrespect to Sammy, but like Sammy Guevara, I'm saying, but like he's not on TV getting these spots anymore. Like
Yeah, I
it's
think
young,
Sammy's
deserving
fine.
talent that are hungry and committed and over. You know,
Yeah, and I just look at someone like Julia, the U.S. Women's Champion. I'm like, what has she been doing? I feel like
it's
that's my
nothing. Dude.
fear.
What a shame
Is
that
is that
was.
she
I was
could
so
have,
excited about the possibilities in AEW and stuff, and
and then she
I
just
mean, we
doesn't
don't have to
wrestle
go
in
down
that
that rabbit
style.
hole. Yeah,
She doesn't wrestle that style, and now she's basically becoming irrelevant. And I think that's the one thing I don't like about that. But from irrelevance to timeless, see what I did there. Chris Statlander versus Timeless Tony Storm. And while this match started off slow, got to second gear, and it got closer to third gear. Um, but I think it ended. If the match went 16 minutes, but I feel like the match should have gone a little bit longer. I think a little bit 5 or 6 minutes of these two women going at it. I think if this got the same time of say Jurassic Express, I think people will have a lot more different opinions about this match because they start off slow, they're very even keel, and I
yeah. They
think with
kind of
time,
kept it simple. At least that's how it felt. But
yeah,
if they're just like too over character, it felt like just a beat in the story almost. But I
yeah, and
enjoyed
I
the
think
match. It was like they're over. You know, they're both pretty over.
oh yeah, and the characters are good as well. But I think the match, like I said, it's good, but it needed a little more time or a little more spice. Because there were
Yeah.
points that had spice. I mean, when Chris Statler, like,
They can
had
both
that
go
nice.
crazy. They've done it. Like I would love if they
Yeah,
just
but I
unleashed them like
saw
that every
when
pay-per-view, you know?
she get that counter to the Storm Zero. I was like, oh, and then boom. I was like, that's what I want. Like more of that, like that. I felt like that was missing, and I feel like that was. And yet, I'm going to say this though. I know this is going to probably piss people off, but I think the next women's match is probably the best women's match of the night. Mercedes Moné versus Mina Sarakara for the
That's crazy. I wonder like I mean it
yeah.
pissed people off that she came out, that's for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot of other people. I thought Athena was going to be there.
Everything in the Discord was like, you know, you're nodding your head. You're like, all right, like I'm rocking with it. Well, let's see what we got. And it's just like
and
you
it
hear
was a
Mina's
good match.
music and you kind of feel like you're getting punked.
But yeah, I thought it was a really good match, and it showed Mina's fighting spirit. Mercedes Moné is still actually wrestled a really good match with Persephone. If you watch
She's so
CML,
good in the ring. It's crazy.
yeah, and it was so good. I thought Mina was going to win at some kind of points. I thought she
Yeah,
was
it was
going
a
to
fun
win,
match that you could buy into for sure.
and then she lost the belt, the interim one. Which, by the way, I saw stuff there. Red Velvet is now 100%. She's now ready to go, but I bet she's going to wait till Final Battle. And if I was doing it, I would have Mercedes Moné. Okay, Full Gear is in next month, November, right? So it's I think that if Full Gear she loses to Chris Statlander for the championship, I think that Velvet should beat her, and for the true become the new true Raw. I was like Raw. I was like now
Wait, you're saying
the
do this on Full Gear?
yes, Chris
All
Statlander
right, all right.
beats her. Then Mercedes Moné loses the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. It's like, oh, it was an intern, doesn't really count. I'm still Money Monet and all that type of stuff. And then she loses the TBS Championship to Willow at like World's End. Then she starts losing it to like, maybe Olympia in CMLL or something like that. Then she starts losing more belts and more and more. And then she has a complete downfall. It is the complete downfall of Mercedes Moné. And she loses everything.
I don't know if she'd go that far. Like I think too. Yes, she'll drop them, right? But I feel like even the TBS, if you want to just have her have it for her duration of her like run, I don't think that's that crazy. Because like
No.
you
I
look
think
back in
she's
the
trying.
history box. No, I know your point's fine. I'm just giving my take. It's like maybe they'll like just do that, and you'll always remember her as the TBS champion. You know, like I don't know, because they're so early in the AEW tenure of like history, they can like start writing things like that.
Yeah. Let's see what else here is. But then we get to honestly, I'm gonna say before the I Quit match, this was my match of the night. Brodito taking on Okada and Takesta for the tag team titles. Woo! What a match! And I love the
Unbelievable.
story that Brody King and like he had to build Bandito up. And man, that's why I needed more. I was like, Bandito, to me, this year has had one of the best. I think he's probably one of the best wrestlers. You can say he's probably the best wrestler of the year. You can actually look at that and say, yeah, he looks like he might be wrestler of the year. And there wouldn't be some say DeCasta, some would say, you look at like Kyle Fletcher, you look at say, maybe heck you can say, Dominic Mysterio, since he's been consistently younger push. He's been consistently pushed and has decent two good matches and such. People can make that argument. But if you look at the young wrestlers now, who's by the way 30, by the way, Brodito just is one of the most probably one of the best pound for wrestlers AEW has, and he is on the cups of being not just the the best Ring of Honor champion. I think he's surpassed the Ring of Honor belt, but I think he's going to be the next the AEW champion. After I don't know if he beats Hangman or not. I don't know. Maybe he
Yeah,
beats
I don't know. Like
MJF.
I'm thinking like a Continental Classic position because like look at his partner, right? Brody King. He was in it, every week, right? It was like Brody King versus whoever the heck, and it was like, this is awesome. Like, I can't wait for that match, and it delivered. And I feel like Bandito is like a lock for that, as long as he's healthy, because that's what stopped
Yeah.
him a year ago from being that already.
But yeah, he's been great this year.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think that. And by the way, I thought the tag team between Dukect and Okada was decent. I thought there would be a good
Yeah,
team,
I
but
love
then
both of them. There's a
and
lot
then
of
I just like
discourse around Okada.
yeah, and then the whole Rainmaker, and he just like accidentally hit Dukect, and he just like smiling and laughing, and then Okada,
He's
and then
just
he just
fun. Yeah,
yeah,
it
he
could
was
be
just
better.
having
I
fun.
get it.
Yeah, and I think Okada is locked in. And people say, "Oh, Okada's not locked in." Oh, he's locked in, and I think he showed it in this match, and he showed it against Bandito the following Dynamite, which was great. They just and I love this match. I really did the tag team match. So yeah, it deserved all that the praise and
Incredible,
more.
honestly.
Yeah, and it sets up again to Castro versus Okada, maybe in the Tokyo Dome, maybe
Yeah,
not, since
I
Okada
feel
does
like
not like.
that has to be there. It seems like it. It just seems like
Man, but
it
Okada does
feels
not
like
like New
that
Japan.
it would be awesome. Yeah, that's true. Like maybe he's not gonna go, but doesn't he did he do Forbidden Door?
Yeah, he did Forbidden Door, but
All right, so maybe he looks at it. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that
he's
would stop
right.
him from doing that, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about that, like his whole relationship with them. I know he left.
Yeah, it's weird stuff there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, we get to our World Championship match. Hangman Adam Page takes on the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. This was good. Not as good as the Cal Fletcher match, but good for what Samoa Joe has. It felt like it was, Jamie Hayter Tekla. It was like it was good, but it felt like it was just a part of a story. But it looked like it was a heel turn afterwards. So, what do you thought about it?
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. I feel like it didn't have the same dopamine hit as like a Swerve versus Osprey, where like it's the main event, the world title. You wanted this the whole night and you're watching it. You were waiting for the I Quit really, but this match was on the card and we love Hangman Joe. We got to this point. It delivered. I felt like it was fun. It was more about the angle at the end, right? Which let's see how they, with Joe heel and all that. Like looking forward to seeing the next beat in the pay-per-view story.
Yeah, I think it does, and I hope that there's more. A villain version of the Ops will be interesting. I mean, Shibata would be very interesting as a good old fashioned. I saw him mostly as a baby face and this teacher and such. Now I want to see how he acts like as a villain, because it looks like interesting. Because I saw a little bit of that stuff when he faced against Roosh like this year, and they went crazy on Kalisto. I'm like, hold up, slow down. Like God, like
That's a
look, it
dangerous
was
guy to put Shibata against. I mean,
yeah, it
it's
was
Shibata
just
though.
yeah, it was like back and forth. I was like, y'all didn't need to go this crazy for this match at Collision. They didn't have to, but they did. But yeah, now we get to the I Quit match.
Well,
And
let me ask you before we get into it. Like, can you tell me more about this? Like, I don't know how much if it is true about the commission stepping in or like limiting them. Was that real?
maybe, probably, maybe not.
Because like
But
that's 1,000% a WWE call, or like
oh,
to
maybe it
try to
is,
like deter heat from the main event. Like
but
without a
they
doubt,
didn't.
that's why, right?
Well, I think maybe not.
I
Who
mean, it's a
knows?
conspiracy theory for sure. I'm like, no doubt,
I don't
but
know.
like,
But
I feel like in business, and you know how they do business, like it's not a crazy
it's
thought
not
at all. Like,
crazy. It's not.
yeah,
But yeah. But I look at his
I
tweet.
thought that if they did that, it definitely neutered the match. I thought it was
Yeah, it was still
fun, but
great.
you
It was
know they
still
were
great.
gonna do more.
Oh
It
yeah, a
just
little
felt
bit
that
too
way.
much. But yet, I saw backup Hangman saw this tweet says John Moxley is a wrestler of the year candidate, and you know what? I think he has a claim because when he was since May, he has elevated everybody around him. It has
Oh, he
been
kicked ass. Yeah.
yes, and I mean, I know people talk about that drowning stuff. No, 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 no. I thought that finger stuff, by the way, was more disturbing. I
That
was like,
was ridiculous.
nope. I no, no,
Oh god.
no. Darby is insane. Darby
Nothing
just
like feeling what you're watching during a gruesome death match or whatever, like
I was like,
wrestling match, like
oh no,
horrible.
oh no. I was just stop. And then it kept going and going, cardio tossing Darby like to the tables. I was like,
That was
what the
crazy. He ragdolled him. I mean,
exactly
not
life
surprising to see Darby go flying like out of a
is
cannonball, but that was insane.
just crazy and insane. And when all hope seemed lost and everything else, here comes the one, the only old man Sting.
That's right.
And he ticked out everybody else, like the NWO, back there. And then he laid out, he gave the bat to Darby, and he just, bashed him. He bashed the leg. He bashed the aquarium, which I'm surprised he didn't have piranhas, which, that was a thing in wrestling, but I'm like, no, I don't want. and yet he makes him tap out. He says, "I quit," which looks like it's going to be a story for Moxley, and it looks like it might go from the Death Riders and all this other stuff. Like, what happens
Is
when
he gonna finally take that vacation?
Probably not.
That's the running joke every time a pay per view ends that Moxley loses. I'm
And
gonna
then he
say it
came
till he
back.
retires. I'm gonna just say it till he retires.
And then he came back, had a great match with Kyle O'Reilly. And he just knocked out the referee. So it's like tapping out, which is like, he's just like, nope, I'm not tapping out. Bam, and knocks him out. Like, that is hilarious. While he was in the ankle lock too, he was just holding like, you gotta quit. You're like, nope. Punch, just one good elbow shot, knocks out the ref. I'm surprised the bell didn't ring. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, he just knocked out the ref. Is anyone gonna ring the bell?
Yeah, the rules have been distributed ahead of time. You'd imagine, the ring keeping crew can go ahead and ring the bell there.
Yeah, like it's over.
Get the Rizzler if you need someone to ring the bell.
Yes, and it was back and forth, and it got to the whole trios match. But I look at that and I'm like, this could be something. And Darby Allin came back out there, I think after the trios match. It looks like it's not over between them. I don't know what else could you do with Darby and Moxley. I don't know what is there anymore.
No, those were the matches. Like that was the feud. I feel like. I mean, it was good. Like it was. I enjoyed that match. I was surprised they didn't get like. I guess it's hard to say that because it was pretty gruesome, but I think people agreed. Like, and then you heard that story
Yeah, it
about
was
the
really good.
commission, and it just your antennas go up.
Yeah, I mean, surprised that they didn't set people on fire, but I feel like it was just
they already did that. So
yeah, I mean, we're just repeating stuff over and over again.
5 more years till the next fire spot.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but some people say Moxley's. But my wrestler of the year, though, right now, it's a complicated thing because there's a lot of good wrestlers there. I mean, you could pick someone like that who've been built up to. I mean, you could say Oba Fenty, you could say Moxley. I wouldn't say he probably my 12th actually. Moxley would be not top 10 but top 12 but candidate. But I think Mystico is up there. You have I think for consistency, I think Lee Moriarty's there, but most people haven't watched him. I have Ring of Honor. He's been like the longest pure reigning champion. So I just I'm frustrated.
You're looking at it from like a PWI scoring perspective, like the kayfabe winning, being like presented as the top person for your rankings.
People watch them. That's what they should be doing. More people, more eyes on the product for him, and not really just like here's a random title shot on on a show. I want him to be built up there, and I hopefully Lee Moriarty can be something more, and that's why I think you know you build him up and stuff like that. So that's what I think. You look at the wrestlers and everything else there, and I think that should be we looking at this stuff. But yeah, I think Wrestledream was like I get a solid 8, an 8 out of 10. Not the I think All Out was I think All In was better. I think All Out was actually a bit better too. But yeah, overall, I think it's one of the really good shows.
Yeah, it was definitely a great show. I like what everything we talked about that I didn't like. We kind of already touched on. It's like could have been better. Some felt a little like less stakes, but B-level pay-per-view, and like there's a lot of pay-per-views now, so you're gonna kind of get that, I guess. I don't want to accept that because of what we felt for 4 or 5 years of just like loved it. Even Dynamite was just loaded up. Like I missed that.
Yeah, I miss that,
what
but
are you gonna say?
it is the business, man. More and more
Yeah.
people they need more of that
Plus,
stuff.
I miss Swerve. I miss Osprey. Like those are
Yeah,
guys
Swerve,
I really love watching.
But supposedly he might be back Swerve sooner rather than later. But I'm like, keep your time. I want to see more.
Yeah, I don't want him to.
elevated.
It seems like it was a problem for a while, right? So
There's
definitely
too many
no
people
rush.
there, but I think, hopefully by May or probably around June or July, I think things are going to be very interesting. There's going to be a huge top level, and there's going to be a lot of retirements, and there's going to be a lot of people post elite era. That's going to be the first beginnings of it. Who is going to be on top? Who is going to be the people there? That's going to be the main question there. That's going to be very exciting. So yeah.
Can you
But
imagine
yeah,
Kenny Omega doing like a 18 more dates thing like Cena's doing? Not that it's just not good. I think the Cena thing's deserving for him. No, I don't think so.
But no.
I was just hypothetically saying it seems funny.
I feel like if you
But
want me to
he's
go
going to be done
ranting,
soon. You're right about that.
yeah, Cena's gone and they wasted him. And I was just like, what's wrong with playing the hits? Why didn't they just do that? Play the hits.
Yeah,
no
babyface run would have been fine.
And now they just ruined it with this stupid ass heel turn that doesn't mean anything. They had Travis Scott basically flake on them. And then,
here, let me say this too: pretending that they turned him heel, but like kept the shirts for any other reason than to keep the shirts. You know what I mean? Like, because he had a new shirt in every city, like the last time, whatever. And like his whole gimmick was like, "Oh, I'm not changing for you guys." It's like, no, you're not changing because that. Like that's how I felt at least.
Yeah, that was it. Like you ruined all this stuff here, and that was it. And then he just like, oh yeah, you want the real Cena back, Dakota? But well, that was a whole waste of time. So and I like the fact that
some cool moments.
But yeah, Bully Ray, I think in his podcast, and probably agrees with him, but I don't think it's possible that he's like, why not Cena could just say, look, let's do an extra 5 months or something to like say to fix this thing. I'm like, no, he's busy. He's got movie deals now. John Cena's got movie deals. He got stuff he has to do. I guarantee you he's filming more stuff with James Gunn with Peacemaker or whatever. He's probably doing that and other movies. So he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. So
what's your prediction for John Cena's last match? That's like a big thing going around. I'm going to the Boston show. Like I don't love WWE, but he's like my childhood. I'm from Boston.
I get it. So yeah, go ahead. That's gonna be. I think he's gonna either face Braun Breaker, or he's gonna face Gunther, or he's gonna face Dominic Mysterio. I would just say face Mysterio, and that would be have Mysterio beat him or something. I personally, in the perfect world, I would have Braun Breaker as your world champion, beat up Cena, destroy him, have last Cena's thing and be like he wheeled him out or whatever, and be like, yeah, and that will cement him as a young star and do something with him. Instead, they just said, no, who cares? Now we're not going to do that. We're going to just get Gunther out of mothballs, and maybe this will finally get him interesting.
I know and he's not jumping around. I know I'm jumping around, but I was like, what's the next WWE PLE? Because I don't even look at them, and I actually hate myself for just saying PLE like that, but I
Uh,
said it. But
yeah,
why is Survivor Series still War Games? Is there any reason for that? Like, what happened to the
that's,
traditional matches? I'm not even like that nostalgic for like the 80s. I wasn't alive for most of the 90s, but
well,
I care about those matches and I miss them.
well, we have if you want the stuff here is the Halloween Havoc for for the NXT stuff. Then you got Saturday Night's Main Event. Then you got War Games, which I honestly think at this point, War Games should be. I think they've the same thing with Blood and Guts, and I
Yeah,
think
not
AEW.
scheduled. It's stupid.
I think the one thing I wish they would do, and AEW season we go in that direction, is that we're going to go away from like these big games, make them be missed. I think that should
Hell
be
yeah. Like
they should miss
traditional
them.
Survivor Series is like this evergreen match. Like I feel like
Yeah,
War Games, you need the like it could be like I remember there was a Boston Survivor Series I went with my friends. It was like Gold Dust and Cody Rhodes and like the Usos and whatever. It was a great match. I was like, this isn't what it used to be when
but
I
yeah, it
was a
was
little
against the
kid,
Shield.
but
But
I
yeah,
love this. Like it's Thanksgiving. I don't know. I'm
I
a
think
big like tradition in wrestling guy, and War Games for
well,
me it isn't it. Two rings looks weird. It's not fun to be there. I was at the AEW Blood and Guts. It's just weird. You feel like where do I look? Like I don't know.
it
It's
is.
fun on TV.
Oh
I'll
yeah, it
stop
is.
ranting, but
Oh no, I get it. I same thing with War Games. I think it's nice, and I think it's I haven't been to that stuff, but I get people seem to have a fun time with it. I think the problem is with War Games, and the problem with um, you know, uh, with the blood and guts is that they're being so like get tired of it. Like how you get these teams together, and you rush out teams,
yeah,
you rush the
War
stuff in
Games
the story.
especially. They
War
lucked out
Games,
with the Bloodline one. Like that was in
multiple years.
Boston. I went to that. And it
Like
was cool.
what
The
teams
Sami
they
Zayn
have?
like joined the Oos or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that was
it was
fun.
something interesting. It was
Yeah.
interesting, but now what teams are going to do? It was, and now I say they shouldn't do war games. So just drop the thing down. Just be like, okay, we're not doing two rings. We just do it. Just be the smart thing they should do. Is say, hey, we're bringing back traditional stuff for a time. Let war games rest until there's actually a story
Please.
built on it. Same thing, Blood Guts.
Nothing
Let it
gets me
rest.
less excited than WWE Hell in a Cell coming up. It's like
Yeah, they had to
who
build up
gives a heck?
matches. They had to build up,
Yeah.
and I think the smart thing they should do is have Saturday Night like the Cena's last match or what have you. That's the Survivor Series. Do traditional. Royal Rumble. Then you have Elimination, WrestleMania in Las Vegas again, which is fun. Then you got
I was
SummerSlam.
I was gonna say I'd never been to a WrestleMania, and this is a period in my life where I finally can like go to shows and stuff. Like it's been great, and I was like committed. Oh, it's Cena's last Mania. I could not have picked a worse one to go to be completely honest. It was like cool to be there. Like I don't know,
Oh,
you want your first WrestleMania to be like it ends with
look,
like the yes chance or whatever the hell is like. I haven't
my
said that in
first.
the Discord either because I'm like, why would I mention that I went to WrestleMania last year? It was
That's fine.
garbage. Like,
No.
Las
I
Vegas was
beat
cool. Not
I
really.
beat you
Like,
on this. I went to WrestleMania 27, and
okay, so I mean, you got some good matches though. Like, I didn't.
you
Another
got a
triple
great
threat,
group of
women's.
good women's match and such. There was I
That's
don't think
true.
there
You're
was
right. You're right.
barely any women's matches in WrestleMania 27. Got great stuff, but the main event was horrible. It was
Yeah.
Cena versus Miz, and Miz got a concussion, and it was just so terrible. And I mean, WrestleMania 38 was better. It was
I mean,
better,
the
but
two
yeah,
nights thing just feels like the stakes. I don't know if you will follow or agree because some people like it or whatever. You get like a different feel and it's just more content. Fine, but I like the mystique of WrestleMania. Like
they
it's
have a
you get one
roster.
go at it. You know what I mean? Like
The
this is
roster's too big.
WrestleMania, not like you get another chance tomorrow to like salvage the weekend. It just seems weird. Like I used to like I as a kid, even as a teen, like when I didn't watch when the Miz era and all that stuff, like getting into my 20s, I was like, I'll still watch WrestleMania, you know? But like the 2 nights thing, I don't know if you agree with that or if it's
I
just like
think
a
it's
dumb thing to
fine.
care about.
I think it's fine to really do a 2 night mania if you have the roster size, but also the stories and the build up to it.
Yeah,
I just
last
don't like
year's
the
before
fact.
this was pretty good.
I think
Like
so. I
the
mean, when
Rock.
you do it for SummerSlam or the Royal Rumble, it just seems like we're just doing it just to do it because they don't have the same type of stuff, especially Triple A. Oh, Paul Levesque's grand idea of having 5 matches and look, he did it in NXT because it was an hour long show,
Grand idea.
and now it's like you do it with this huge roster of people, 5
Yeah, it's
matches,
stunning
and
actually.
majority of them are just ads and everything else. That's why, shoot,
It's
even the
it's
higher
actually like
price.
mind numbing sometimes. I mean, not
Yeah,
sometimes,
it
all the
is.
time.
It's just like, yeah, I'm just tired of all these ads and all this other stuff. You can fit at
I
least
don't
like
want to
put a
get a
women's
Slim
match.
Jim. I'm good on that. WWE Unreal, like, no thanks. I don't know if you watched it. Did you?
I watched a little bit of it and I just didn't care.
Yeah, and it's fake anyway. It's probably like AI wrote that too. Like, who gives a heck?
But yeah,
On that
I
note,
just think, but yeah, I just think when you look at the stuff here and everything else, and I think that I think the whole stuff here, and I think it's like I said, I think there's a lot of stuff here that is W has the stuff, but I think AEW is having the stuff there. People are already dooming, by the way, with the whole media stuff that's going on, Warner Brothers selling. I don't care for it because I think they'll be just fine. I mean, they already rejected Paramount stuff because they say they want money. And guess what? They're like, well, you not get the cash, so sorry. No, I don't think at the end of the day, it's either going to be hot air or someone with deep pockets might do it. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix does it. And if Netflix does, I just want to see them try to get AEW and WE try to work together. Have the biggest get along T-shirt for both Paul Levesque and Tony Khan.
no chance. That's
That
my
they'll
opinion
have
on
to.
it.
Oh, but it would be
I
just for
just
me. It'd be
too much has been
hilarious.
crossed and said and done. It's like personal. It's like not gonna happen.
Oh,
But
I
maybe
think it would be fun. I just want to see. It's just gonna be just really awkward and fun. I'm just here, but I just want the chaos thing because hey,
Cena. What if it's Cena and it's like a mystery challenge, his last match, and the nameplate comes up and it's Cope. Like it's not Edge that comes back. It's
oh,
Cope.
no, oh no, that's not gonna happen. But it'll be a nice last match, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think it's just gonna be a very interesting couple of a very interesting ride in this whole thing, man. But anyway, thank you so much for joining. And thank you people who are watching. Thanks for being here and all the good stuff here. So anyway, thank you so much. That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later. And we are done.